Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well. If you lived in Toronto, maybe one thing that you did this past weekend was you went to Kendrick Lamar's performance out there with SZA, because yes, currently Kendrick Lamar is in the midst of a big multi-arena tour with the current queen of R&B. Can I say that? But yeah, Kendrick has been in the midst of this really big tour. Haven't really had much to say about it because seemingly from the outside, it seems to be just going down without a hitch. Very little in the way of any drama or speed bumps, even with this tour happening in the wake of the whole big Drake beef. Now, one of these dates actually happened to go down in Toronto this past weekend, and there was a lot of silliness and zaniness to come out of the goings-on around the show. Multiple viral videos hit social media, specifically Twitter, of Aubrey's Angels, Ovi hoes, whatever you want to call them, filming themselves outside of the venue and just generally being weird.
I'm here to prove that hometown Drizzy Drake Champagne Poppy 6 got the GOAT. Hey, Kendrick ain't coming to my city. Kendrick coming to our city and doing this.
But this story is about something that went down inside the venue. One particular attendee, that would be one Jagmeet Singh, Canadian politician, former federal leader of the NDP, which is a pretty progressive party over there. Yes, I guess he was one of many ticket buyers at the Kendrick show that night, but here's the problem. I guess he's also a Drake fan or has messed with Drake's music in the past, which, like, I mean, I know when you go on the internet, it is true. Like, you could basically look up Drake or Kendrick on social media on any given day and see hardcore fans of both artists, like, in the comments of any given post, just kind of going at each other's throats. And while, yes, I do personally have, my own preference in terms of who is the better artist and who kind of came out the victor in that beef, I think your average person listening to either artist is like mostly neutral toward the other. I don't think the very loud groups of people fighting with each other on the internet is indicative of your average casual music listener and fan of either artist. I mean, looking at Kendrick and a lot of his numbers right now, he is more popular than he's ever been. Drake commercially is still doing very well. And I don't think both of these artists would be currently as successful as they are if the beef between both of them resulted in this outcome where people were just like completely diametrically opposed and refusing to listen to the other artist as a result of everything that was said and what happened. Regardless of any previous favoritism Singh has shown toward Drake, he's most likely in the same boat that a lot of music listeners are, in that he enjoys some Drake, especially with him being from Canada, and most likely he enjoys some Kendrick too. Again, in this day and age, most mainstream hip-hop listeners are most likely listening to a bit of Kendrick and a bit of Drake. But apparently when Singh does it and goes out to a Kendrick concert, it's a problem, because apparently he went to this show and maybe one or a few people were taking like some creep shots of him in the crowd in attendance, which is an unfortunate thing when it comes to kind of like being a public figure and just being out and about in the world or at a concert. I've had this happen to me. It's weird. It's corny. It's dumb. I don't know why people do it. I mean, on some level, I understand this guy being a politician and having served the public in the way that he did, that there's going to be some interest in where he is and what he's doing to a degree. But in this capacity, he's just being like a regular dude at a show. We don't need to like creep shot him and post it to the internet. It's really not that big a deal. But apparently this picture made the rounds and even caught the eye of Champagne Poppy himself, which led Drake to DM him, telling him he's a goof. And then after this, with Drake having learned the lesson of messaging someone like this, he decided to post it to the internet immediately, rather than allowing Mr. Singh here the opportunity to go online to claim that Drake sent him a cookie recipe. Drake was really thinking on that one. He just like nipped it in the bud, prevented that from even happening. If I DM somebody that they're a goof and I allow no time to pass and I share it to the internet immediately, that saves me embarrassment. When no, in fact, this is like still embarrassing, especially like the weird non-exchange going on here over over the course of years, given that Singh has, like, I guess, mentioned him in stories and he followed him and then thanked him for the follow. And Drake is like not responding, not engaging, not anything. And then afterwards, when this man, like a normal hip hop listener, enjoys you as well as Kendrick and might show up to a Kendrick show, you decide to come through and insult him. You seemingly made no effort here to reach out, to talk to him, to connect with him in any way, at least on this platform. I don't know. And what, you're expecting some kind of like weird loyalty out of him that, again, despite no interaction or connection beyond you following him, he's supposed to be like, oh, I would never listen to Kendrick. I'd never go to a Kendrick show because I just love Drake so much. Now, honestly, I feel like if it all stopped here, this would be yet another bad look for Drake. One that further proves that he is actually completely emotional and torn up about this beef, about Not Like Us being popular, about the aftermath of everything having to do with Kendrick. Like, he's still clearly thinking about it to this day, if behind the scenes he's trying to police other people's behaviors and just being like, But what's even worse is that Jagmeet Singh had the worst possible response to all of this, a public apology that he posted to Instagram to explain away his attendance at the concert. I went for SZA, not Kendrick. I was born in this city. I love this city. Okay, look, I love SZA. I respect SZA. She's made some incredible music, and this is not like a slight against her whatsoever. I think she would probably agree with this as well. But like, very few people are just going to that show for SZA. SZA has a lot of fans. Most likely, not a lot of people are going to that show just for Kendrick too. They're like peanut butter and fucking jelly. Like, what are you doing? What are you saying? What kind of BS is, I just went for SZA, not Kendrick. When the Kendrick songs were playing, I was covering my ears and going blah, 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 blah. I refuse to listen to a single note of Kendrick's music. I'm just here for SZA. Also, I was born in this city. I love this city, which, like, look, I understand Drake's cultural importance to the city of Toronto, and that, hip hop wise, he's really helped like put it on the map. We're talking about a multi-platinum selling rap artist here. Yes, he's not like the man who founded the city. Like, going out to a Kendrick concert shouldn't be interpreted as an insult to the city itself. If it really was, if you actually did feel that way, then number one, you wouldn't have gone in the first place. Number two, I don't know, there probably would have been like some kind of political or public outcry from people saying, we can't let Kendrick play in this city, not after the way he disrespected Drake. I mean, where were the protests? Where was like, the citywide public action to prevent Kendrick from stepping foot inside Toronto?
These are two grown men. Their beef has nothing to do with me. I'm still gonna come to this concert.
Kendrick all day. I love Drake though, but Kendrick is where it's at.
Do you think he's going to perform Not Like Us tonight?
For sure, and I think the whole stadium's going crazy.
I love Drake for sure. I love music, and I love Drake's music. But I think music goes a bit beyond personal grudges, so that's why we're here.
But real talk, I get it. I shouldn't have gone at all. Dude, how are you being shamed into saying this? Especially considering there were thousands and thousands of other people there in attendance. Are you saying everyone there at the show should have been ashamed to be there because the fact that they live in or around Toronto means that they have to like show fealty to Drake? What, is Drake the king of Toronto? Does he like lord over everyone who lives there? Like, there are Drake fans who live out in California. Drake, if he wanted to right now, could probably play a show out there. I mean, I don't know if there'd be some crazy drama there as a result of that happening due to the beef. Most likely, yes. Like, I know Drake and his connections and the OVO cult are very loud and very aggressive about the Kendrick stuff as of late. But I mean, these are not normal people. Normal people who probably enjoy Kendrick and Drake were at that concert. Normal people are just like walking the streets every day, completely ambivalent to all of this, because as entertaining and as interesting as all of it is, in the grander scheme of things, it doesn't fucking matter. Or at least it doesn't matter so much that you should be afraid to step foot in a concert. OVO and Drake have lifted up this city and Canada. For me, it'll always be Drake over Kendrick. But like, what kind of uplifting are we talking about when we're having to, behind the scenes, police people's behavior, and the behavior is going to a show? That's so unbelievably cringe and corny. But I guess in the end, Drake kind of got what he wanted, and that was Mr. Singh here groveling on his knees, just being like, no, Mr. Drake, please, please don't call me a goof. I love the city and I love you. It's always going to be Drake over Kendrick for me. How sad. How pitiful. And honestly, like, on some level, a lie, because I swear, if there's even a single second of footage of this man enjoying one of the Kendrick songs at this show, that's it. And for now, I'm just going to leave it there. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. I'm sure you will. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Drake, Jagmeet Singh, forever.